is Christian. Glasses on, hair slicked back, he plays everything cool. He never wants to sound too smart or be the kid who acts like he enjoys hugs from his teachers or high fives or to dance during our brain breaks. Despite all of that, he is constantly working and following directions with great integrity, doing his writing and reading work and making what my mentor teacher and I believed was great progress in those areas. But Christian continued to struggle. His dictato writing was illegible. Even on the mornings we allowed him to copy directly off of the source. His letters looked more like gibberish than English, and one day, when my mentor teacher and I tried to make him aware that we could not read it, he started to cry. Aside from my heart being completely broken, Christian struggled to write for the rest of the day. His confidence seemed totally shot. So Christian and I decided to read together one morning. He looked at me as I handed him the book and he told me in a super sad voice, "But Miss Atlas, I can't read." Encouraging him to try and telling him that I believed in him with a big smile, all while reminding him to sound out words and that I would be there if he needed me, Christian began to read. And he read really well. He sounded out big words like whispered and battery. Although the reading was choppy, he did it. I told him how proud of him I was and how proud of himself he should be. Here is Christian reading some books, starting with earlier versions and progressing through some of his more current reading. While they still sound choppy and lack fluency, this kid has grown from someone who said he couldn't read to a kid who begs me to read each and every day. He loves it and wants to do it. That's the main goal here.
A boy was
Collecting ein
pine
owns
cones in
his
wagon
when
he made a
robot. Good.
I am Sam. Sam, I am. That Sam, I Sam. No, am. That Sam, I am. I do not like that Sam, I am.
As Christian began to get more and more excited about reading, begging me to read with him in the morning and getting excited when he found out that I remembered that he could read so well, I began to wonder, how can confidence and encouragement from a teacher or another authority figure help to encourage student work in reading and writing to improve both in quality and effort? I got my answer as in his reading he began to sound out more and more words on his own and require less help from me as the teacher as we continued reading and building his confidence. As Christian got more confident in his reading, it also translated into the quality of his handwriting. The improvements were almost immediate, as Yvonne would come up to me and show me a well thought out and executed answer to a prompt, or would be proud to show me his dictato work just days after the first time we read. He was oozing with confidence, and it was being reflected in the work that he was producing. I also started to realize that taking the time to encourage students to embrace their reading and writing ability, whatever it may be, reaches far beyond Christian. There is also Stephanie, who used to quit halfway through her writing, but now will finish it with a smile, with good handwriting and all. There is Anthony, who used to cry because he could not write without help, but after working with him and encouraging him to try, he now writes on his own and will finish a paper quickly. And there is Jessica, who despite struggling to read and write with any fluency, always gives it her best effort because she knows we believe in her. This encouragement has helped to create an environment of kids who embrace reading and writing no matter what their level, and who have taken "I can't do it" in large part out of their vocabulary. It may be far from perfect, but starting with Christian and spreading to the rest of the class, it has shown in my classroom that building confidence in students who struggle in certain areas, such as reading and writing, by positively encouraging them to try it, to challenge themselves and congratulating them when they are done, can help them to improve their overall quality of work, and the effort that they put into it. To see a smile on Christian's face every time he gets to read a book now is the most encouraging sight I've yet to see as a teacher. And by continuing to make kids feel proud of themselves by encouraging them to work hard and try their best, I hope to see many